So we're filming. So today is video 1. Hello, ketogenic people of the world. My name is April Irvin. You can call me Coach April. And we are fixing to go on a journey, a 3-month journey of weight loss. A 3-month program of exactly how I train my clients and myself how to lose weight. I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself, a little bit of how I got started with advising people on a ketogenic diet, how I became Coach April. It really all started quite a long time ago. I've always had a love for science. I realized that science was a way in which that I could explain the world. I know a lot of people think that science is the absence of God, but I look at it as the presence of God. It's a way of showing me that He actually exists. And so from that love of science and from my love of God, I just kept growing as an individual. But I had some health issues. I had some issues that I had no idea what the cause was. I ended up being very sick almost every day. The only time I wasn't sick was when I was pregnant or nursing. So I've been on this journey to find out my own illnesses and to try to make sense of them and heal them in the most basic way possible. And I've managed to do that through diet and nutrition. For me, all of my issues were solely diet and nutrition. I threw up every day for nearly 20 years. That is a long time. It's a very long time. And I'm glad to say that I have things figured out for myself. Even 15, 20 years ago when I didn't have things figured out for myself, I would get phone calls from people, or I would have people that I knew would stop and ask me, April, how do I handle this? April, how do I deal with this? This is going on in my life. I'm having headaches. I'm having this issue, that issue. Can you help me with that? And that just became what I did. I didn't even realize that it was something that I was doing. I didn't realize that it was something I was good at until I got a phone call and a letter. I got a phone call thanking me for how I had helped somebody relieve themselves of their pain, of their issue that they were dealing with. And it was simple. It was just eliminating one thing in their diet. And then I got a letter and a gift from a woman who I had helped her son overcome just simple headaches. And I only did that with vinegar. Scientifically, things make sense to me. I can place them in the body, the chemical reactions that go on. And because of that, I've just grown. I've just grown. And the day that I realized that there was this thing called the ketogenic diet, I had been struggling with my own health. Even though I could help other people, I couldn't help myself. And I just think that that's God's buffer in keeping us to need Him. So I realized that with carbs in my diet, I could not lose weight. And I knew that for me, I needed to lose the fat because the fat was inflammatory to my system. And so I went on a journey to try to figure that out. And I took about 2 months, and that's all I did. So I backed off of the carbs a little bit each week, a little bit more, a little bit more. And I got so low in carbs that I realized that I'm going to have to replace these carbs with something. I knew that protein was inflammatory. I knew that protein and carbs together made fire in the body. But fat, I had never considered fat. I come from an era where fat was evil. Logically, fat wasn't evil. In my mind, in the science, it just fit that fat is what I should add to my diet. So I started adding more fat to my. After about a week of adding in more fat, I felt great. But I woke up in the middle of the night and I was terrified. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have a heart attack. I was terrified that this diet that I was venturing into that I had no idea what I was doing was going to kill me. I came from that fat era, and fat causes heart attacks. So the next day, I studied and studied and studied until I couldn't study anymore, and I realized that there is such thing as a diet that is high in fat, that people intentionally eat a lot of fat to get healthy. Back then, there was very little information, but what I could find mostly had to do with seizures. There was a couple of people, maybe, I can only think of 2, honestly, that were telling people add fat to their diet. And it was so hard to find, I couldn't find any scientific literature about it. I really couldn't. But I found just enough to know that, okay, this is the path that God has sent me on. I am not going to die of a heart attack. And so I kept adding in more fat and taking away more carbs, more fat, taking away more carbs. And within 3 months' time, that's why I have a 3-month program, I was completely healed of every last thing. Every last thing. I was completely healthy. And I didn't have a weight issue. And I was strong. I was really strong. And I was vibrant. And I haven't looked back since. So I want to be able to share that with you. And I want to reach as many people as I can. Right now I have this small circle of people that refer me that I get clients from. But I want to reach more people. And in order to do that, if this is what my life is and this is what I'm going to do with it, then I've got to go to video. So this is video number 1. Welcome to my channel. I call it Ketonize Me because I jokingly say that's what I do to people. I ketonize them. So I hope you enjoy these videos. I hope that I can give you clear, precise information that helps you to heal, that helps you to lose the unwanted weight that you have, that helps you to learn yourself and to make your life better and to make the people around you, their life better. Thanks for joining me.